Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode on the YouTube channel. In today's video, we have two massive games here in the Premier League. We've got Leicester City Football Club and Stoke, two sides that came up with us in the Championship as we look to fight relegation this season. We're also going to discuss a new tactic that we have started to play, and that's mainly because we do lack the quality, to stay in a division if we continue to play the same way. We're also going to discuss the club's finances, and with that all being said, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's see what we can do. Going to start with the finances first. As you can see here, there's a big old increase up here. And because we have one of the lowest payrolls in the league, and by a mile, because we have not really invested too much money, Wrexham is making money hand over fist this season. You know, after making all the signings and everything like that, we got down to about 5 million in the club, and then we got some money pumped into the club. We are now up to 28 million. I can actually afford to spend the budget that we have and not put the club massively in the red, which is always a good sign. I'm hoping to keep moving in that direction. Obviously, still another month before the window opens, and I still think we're going to make good amounts of profit no matter what we do. If you look at the income that we are making in last month here, this season maybe 11 mil already. It's already because it's 5 months in, and then our expenditure this year is about 6 mil and others. You can see that we're making a very, 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 very good income. If you're looking at the projection here, by the end of the season, I reckon we're going to be above 42 mil, generally higher than that once you do everything else, and our turnover is going to be pretty good moving forward, and our finances, for the first time ever really on FM, I've ever seen it always look positive, not negative in this screen. So hopefully my pain of not having the greatest team here in the Prem is going to be worth it if we stay up in the Premier League and make this much money, because it means the next couple seasons we can actually go out, buy talent, build a system and a philosophy for Premier League football and see what we can do. Second thing we have to touch on, of course, is the fixtures since we last met, which was the loss to Wolves 4-2. We lost the City 3-2, but a change of system, and as you can see here, a big change of system, a 4-2-3-1. Now, we play this new system against Manchester City, and I have not changed it since. We led 2-0 in a game, we got absolutely pumped in, and then unfortunately for us, 3 goals on the bounce. It was not particularly good. It's not what we can do. On top of that as well, we had a 0-0 against Liverpool, which was not bad as well. We beat Fulham 2-0 in this system away from home, which is massive. 0-0 against Liverpool was absolutely huge. Sorry, apologies. I said that wasn't massive. It is massive. In a game that we're happy to give him the ball, and we sat there defensively solid, and we did a job. Arthur is still a fantastic keeper at this level, man. Brighton, we won 2-1 in a game that, yet again, the system's a bit weird. When I'm in games, I do change it slightly. Another injury to Paul Muller. We've had a lot of injuries this season. Brentford, we lost 1-0. We beat Forest 2-1, and we just got pumped by West Ham this morning 5-2, which isn't particularly great. Now, what does the system look like, Damien? This is the system here. We start on balance. We pass into space at a bit of a higher tempo. We play for set pieces, and we run at the fence. I think that all suits us. I'm even tempted to take this off at times because I don't think we have the greatest dribbling of the team. I want us to really move the ball around. And what I'm trying to do is be defensively solid, and we can either go A, cautious and on the break, or B, we can actually move the system to a bit more possession-based if we're playing against a team that we think we're going to win. I did that in the lights of the Fulham win, and I did that as well, I think, against Brighton at times in the game. Now, in terms of what we do, is we still look to play out. It is the best way to go. Konsa, Arriga, Phillips, they all are decent on the ball anyhow, so playing out is still my preferred method. And in terms of the shape, instead of being on the super duper heavy press and channeling guys inside, you name it, in the 4-1-2-1-2, we actually just mid-block standard, get stuck in, drop off that touch more, and stop some crosses from coming into the box if possible. And all I'm trying to do is go, all right, boys, don't give them space in behind. We're not going to invite them to play inside. We're in the Championship even, definitely League 1 and League 2, because we were one of the better sides. We could force teams, go, play inside. What our midfielders are going to do, we're going to be buzzing, we're going to be on the ball, off we go. We're playing against world-class players, and our squad isn't world-class. So the 4-1-2-1-2 is just getting picked apart. There's too much space. Quality players are killing us, as you've already seen. So I've decided to make the change, even though the board is not particularly happy with the attacking football we're playing, like they're okay with it. I'm really saying, you know what? We're going to set up shop. We're not going to do much. Possession and attacking football might go by the wayside. Hopefully, we stay in games. And if we stay in games, we'll have chances to win. It's all about staying up this season. So I'm going to throw away a little bit of the board free back here from Rob McElhenney and obviously Ryan Reynolds and try to stay in the league if possible. In terms of the team, there's been a few injuries. Obviously, O'Connor broke his leg, so one of our backup midfielders is gone for a while, which is not good. On top of that, too, we've had Lorient get injured. We've had a few other people get injured. I will have to say that Savolo has been growing amazingly well. Loves getting injured, unfortunately. But this kid, I reckon, next season, we're going to be building a team around him. I think this Brazilian 18-year-old is going to be immense. Some of the things we've seen him do this season, even though he's on a 6.61, just in highlights, look good. And I reckon with a better team, he'll be okay. With that being said, he does move to the bench, of course, as well. We're going to pick what is our best team, which is Lo Celso and Josh moving around here. And Lo Celso's had an okay year as well. I will say it does leave us short probably on the left-hand side, and it does leave us, a little bit... I don't know. I feel like when I'm playing the 4-1-2-1-2, you get better football in the highlights. Like, if we do string some passes together, we look good. However, in this system and what you're about to see, it's all about us setting up shop and away we go. I still think in the weaker games at home, I will play 4-1-2-1-2 and go for the jugular a little bit, which we're going to do against Stoke in the second game of this episode. However, here against Leicester away from home, I'm going to definitely start in the 4-2-3-1. Look to nullify Leicester a little bit. Hopefully keep this 0-0 to the 65th minute. And then maybe, just maybe, we look to obviously go for it and see what we can do. It does mean the likes of Elliot Lee, Alberto Seri, and that have been kind of coming out of the team. And I've been giving game time to like Mahazi to try and get him to develop, Alan Wood to try and get him to develop that sort of stuff. I will say Josh has been developing this well playing just under 18s football and under 21 football, that we're looking at starting to play him now in the Premier League as well, because I just think he's starting to get ready to do that. And the team's a team. The team's got some good young kids coming through. Now, Lyons Foster, has not been 100% fit. He's not back for 5 to 10 days, so we're going to get the new signing and Audrey Halleck's out there as well. And the team is going to be Arthur, Ashby, Consa, Ariga. I think for this game here, because it's a massive game, I might go Phillips and maybe move these two around. I think that's my preferred in the bigger games, and then in the lesser games, I prefer actually playing Ariga to give him fitness and experience at this level. Mariba and Josh with Cozier, Lo Celso, Amari Benjamin. I don't actually like playing out on the left. I prefer playing Alan Wood and using Amari off the bench. I think Alan Wood's more of an inside forward. And then Mullen has actually scored 5 goals this season. Has actually looked decent. 5 and 11 is pretty good for a guy that's only meant to be a championship level. I'm very glad that Mullen's the guy that we've kept around. I know Seri and Ko have been falling by the wayside. We might look to sell him in January, and then I don't know if it's going to be 4-2-3-1 moving forward. It'd be interesting to see if we build a team that had a bit more better quality if the 4-2-3-1 worked. I really think for what I've seen, the 4-3-3 might be an option with Servolo playing as an advanced playmaker on attack in the system and really looking aggressive. With that being said, let's get into this game, and away we go. I don't mind the 4-2-3-1 though. I do think Mariba playing back a line is pretty good. Is a deeper liar. I think Lorient does an okay job. We've got obviously the young kid from Ivory Coast coming in. We've got Goodabali here. We've got okayness about us, but hopefully we get better. And that's the goal. We've got some good young kids that can develop. I just think this year's going to be a struggle, and we got a highlight here for Amad Diallo, who's a fantastic footballer. And well, there you go. Just all saw it then. He just lit us up and we're 1-0 down. This is my issue, is that when we're behind in games, I don't see us coming back. If we go ahead in games, I can see us somewhat being defensively solid. But yeah, this is a system that's not really, I don't like playing this way on FM. I don't like sitting there and going, oh, look at this. This is what we're going to do. And we're going, that's a great save from Arthur, by the way. We're going to sit here, try and absorb pressure and then try and go on the break. I've never got it to work really for myself. I've always been a guy that needs to press and go on the front foot and live by the sword, die by the sword. That looked like handball, but apparently the referee's not going to pay that. And that's going to be well over the bar, thank Christ. But yeah, from what we've seen and what we've seen in the last few months, playing this system has allowed us to get some points on the board. Maybe now's time we switch back into the 4-1-2-1-2, because now we've got some points on the board, we might be able to see what we can do. And against Leicester, I think that's what we're going to do here at half-time, being that we are 1-0 down. If we started 4-1-2-1-2 and Leicester scored 3 goals because they are a better side than us on paper, then, this game's already over and we move along. Now we've actually got some time here to maybe get back into it. But that's kind of what the feeling's been and what we've been trying to do. I'm going to move to that, and we're going to move to Mullen and Wood, Dewsbury, Lorient on that side, Mariba in there. think Mariba's just going to go in and just play. He can stay as he is. Mariba's been developing pretty well, by the way, for those wondering. I think we're going to do that. That team suits us not too bad. I think Wood, we're going to go and just get him as a poacher for now, but expect to see Amari Benjamin come into the pressing forward pretty soon. And yeah, let's go into the second half and see what happens here in the 4-1-2-1-2. A system that we know very well, a system that I have fun watching us play, but a system I think in the Premier League that is just setting us up for failure, unfortunately. Pazina hits one that's wide. I still think against the weaker sides, we do have to play this system and go front foot, which is what we're going to do against Stoke. We'll definitely do that against Stoke. Looking at the match momentum here, Leicester have been dominating it a little still. It's a good save from Arthur. Don't know where we would be without Arthur this season. That point against Liverpool, we had no right, but it was all Arthur doing Arthur things. Drewsbury Hall. 58th minute, ball comes in. See what we can do. And that's going to go wide. Apparently there's a penalty review. And there's a penalty given. Rightio. Okay. That's not good. For 2-0 down. Arthur, save us. Keep us in the game. Unfortunately, gets hands to that, but that was well pumped in by Musa Inakate. Doesn't matter. We're 2-0 down. And this is what I mean. This is why we're in a relegation fight. We're not great. And every time we move into the 4-1-2-1-2, this is what happens. So probably I've read too much into Leicester came up with us, but they never should have been in the in the Championship anyway. Mullen puts it wide. Our big chance goes wide. It's not good. Wood's going to come off here for Amari Benjamin, who could be our best striker if we played a bit of a pressing forward. So Voto's going to come in for Dewberry. And I think we're going to get Mariba off. No, we're going to get Lo Celso off as well. Going to get a Riga in too. We'll get him in for Consa. But unfortunately, I just don't see this being our day and our game. Radonjic. Beating people, and then we decide to get a red card, do we, Ashby? Well, could not go worse, boys. This could not go worse. We're 2-0 down. We're down to 10 men, and we just made changes too. So it's not like we have defensively minded players out there. Mariba is the one that's going to make way here, just so we don't get pummeled. We're going to get Hay in, and that's going to be that. So yeah, this has not gone well, and this is what I mean. We're facing relegation. We don't have the quality. If we could somehow still be outside the relegation, so when we get the Jan, that's good. But yeah, so Volo with a ball in back stick. Benjamin was offside. No, he would have counted, apparently, according to the linesman. Still looked offside to me. That's another chance that has to go in the back of the net. Good ball from Sir Volo, though. See what I mean? He does that sort of stuff and just be like, oh, hello. That's a good ball. But yeah. Unfortunately for us, though, time's ticked away here. We're going to lose 2-0 to Leicester and a massive 6-pointer. That means a 6-pointer against Wolves we've lost and the 6-pointer against Leicester we've lost. The 6-pointers are going to add up against us. Yes, we got a surprise point against Liverpool, etc., but I don't see that happening moving forward. That was not good. That was not good at all. Unfortunately, that puts us into 14th here. Table getting close. That game against Stoke is now massive because we are only 2 points ahead of them. Lose to Stoke, and all of a sudden we're in the relegation zone or around it. Win against Stoke, and you get a little bit of breathing room to them. And that's probably the plan here, is to get some breathing room against Stoke. We've got them in 7 days' time. I'll see you guys in a second for that game there. I'm going to go quickly get changed for work, and we'll try and film it before I go to work so I know what's going to happen in this one. We then got Spurs, Liverpool, which I expect to lose both those games in. I don't know what system to play. The 4-2-3-1 did not do well there, but it has got us points previously. I think against Stoke, considering they're poor, we have to go 4-1-2-1-2 and pray that we have a very good performance. Here we are, Stoke City. Big game, huge game. Let's see how Stoke have been getting on here in the league so far. They got a win against Everton. Outside of that, not many points for Stoke. Where at least we can look around and see, we've done okay. I don't know, I'm clutching at straws. I really think that we're not having a good time. But I am going to line up 4-1-2-1-2, though we are going to go after him. We're going to go after in goals. Hayes in, obviously, due to suspension of Ashby. Conser, Origa, and Lyons Foster. Josh, Connor Coventry, Mariba, Lo Celso, Mullen, and Seri will play today as well because we are going in this system. I just think that that's the team that we have to field with how we're setting up at the moment. I feel like you have to let Seri go out there and partner Mullen and just give us some familiarity. And hopefully we just play well. We just need one game where the boys just link up. But let's see what happens. I think it's a bit of a gamble playing 4-1-2-1-2, considering that we've not played well in it. But yeah, if you have a look at that, they still got Wesley Morales. At least they don't have Nawia or whatever his name is from Arsenal back. Nwei, maybe? I don't know if that was his name. But yeah, they've got a decent team. Still Lascelles, still Mason Holgate, still Sterling. Not the actual Sterling, obviously. So still a similar team to last year as well. So I will say that this is on paper a game that I really think that we can do well in. Let's get into it, see what we can do here. Hopefully we go out there and play well. I think we have to pick and choose the games we do play 4-1-2-1-2 in. And Cafaro goes one back stick. Cunny heads, and that's going to be over the bar. Stoke had a moment here, 8 minutes in. Outside of that moment, though, first 10 minutes, you have a look at the possession. We've played well. I don't think this is a game that we can draw. If we draw this game and lost to Leicester, I think we're getting relegated. I think this is a game that you must win. And hence why I've gone 4-1-2-1-2. Instead of the 4-2-3-1 and trying to shut up shop a little bit. Deflection on the cross, at least it goes not to them inside the 6-yard box, but it's going to come back in. That's a ball and we're 1-0 down. Cafaro has scored an assist from Dujon Sterling, and this is what I keep saying. As I think our issue is that we just don't have the quality to play any sort of system here in the league. We're not good enough to play a 4-1-2-1-2 system in the league, even though I think it's a great system and has done so well for us. I don't think the 4-2-3-1 allows us to be creative enough. And yeah, I just think there's issues here. As Cunny picks up the ball, Leris, ball out to Cafaro, out to Gilbert, ball in towards Cunny, heads and Arthur's beat. We're 2-0 down. 2 balls into the box for 2 goals. It's definitely onside. I don't know what they're checking. 2 goals, 2 minutes. That's not good. That is not good. That is not good. See what I mean? We just don't have a system. We do not have a system. We're in big trouble. Ball looking long for Lascelles. I don't know if Lascelles is the guy that you're really looking to go long into to chase. It's a good ball to Wesley Morales, Cunny, Leris. We're just getting pumped. See what I mean? Like, we would normally press, win the ball up high or whatever. Have a look at this in the 4-1-2-1-2. System was dead. It worked well in the lower levels. Here in the Prem, it's not going to cut it, even though we beat teams in the FA Cup playing this system. Arthur's going to go long. Don't like it. It's going to go straight to them. Lascelles is not really an asset in the air. It's poor from our keeper. Has to play short. 3-0 down. Morales don't miss that, and he does mercifully. Need a goal before half time here. Even though we've had 60% of the ball, we're not creating any good chances. Lascelles, he went for goal, and in the end, it's a good save from Tamal. But our best chances come from a set piece from 35 yards, which our guy's taken a shot from. Sums it up. Mariba to whip this corner in. Conser doesn't win the header. Sterling will get that one away, and that's your highlight here right on half time. 45 minutes played, we're 2-0 down. Josh going on a run. Hey, is this still a highlight for us? No, it's not. The game made me believe. Going to get aggressive, thrash the arm, still it wasn't good enough. I don't think we're going to come back into this one. Mario Benjamin's coming in for Seri. Pressing forward. Josh coming out for Goody Arby. And I think Lyons Foster's not had the best of game here either. Start the second half. Highlight from kickoff. Highlight from kickoff. Morales, Lascelles, Nandez, Cafaro, Gilbert. Well done, Alex. Can we get a goal right on after halftime? Like this highlight goal, we believe. Coventry, poor touch. We're just getting squeezed. We just don't have the quality to build up. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Three 0 down. We've had 60% of the ball, but every chance we concede. I don't know what to do. I really think we're going down. We're getting relegated and getting relegated massively. I think this forces my hand to spend about 30 million. I have to spend money now to get us to stay in the league, I think. Mariba whips one in. Cleared away. Mullen, the only guy that can really hold his head up this season. And he's going to have a chance from the spot to get us semi back into the game. One goal now, another goal. You never know. But I think at 3-0 down, this is all she wrote. We're going to lose the Stoke. We're going to be in the relegation zone and season over. Really, the writing is on the wall this season that we are in massive trouble. This is a game that we must have won. We do not win. Trumall's beat. Mullen scores from the spot. Yet again, now most goals have come from the penalty spot instead of open play this year. We've scored a few penalties. I think that's Mullen's third now this season. You have a look at the stats. We're maybe slightly unlucky to be behind by 3 goals, yes. But that's kind of what happens. Set piece for Rodriguez. Back stick, Lascelles, cleared away. Origa, look, this has to be us on the break. If we make it 3-2, you never know. Origa goes back towards Arthur. Need to play out. It's a good ball from the keeper. Mr. Noah Hay now. Beats one. Goes on a run. Mr. Mullen. I don't know what that touch is. Do not know what that touch is. We're in a promising situation. Our striker just gives it away. Frustration. Frustration. Ball to low. Flag stays down. I'm going to check for VAR, but I think we're 4-1 down. This is what I mean, boys. This is why I don't play in the 4-1-2-1-2. It's a goal. This is why I'm not playing the 4-1-2-1-2. We're just not good enough at this level to play this system. I don't have a system. I don't have a system. I don't have a team. I don't have nothing. I don't know what we do. I do not know what we do moving forward. We are 4-1 down. And now it's all she wrote. Mullen, Amari Benjamin. Looks for Connor Dewberry, who got brought down. Again, another one of our chances is another penalty. Another penalty. Another penalty. Is Mullen going to step up and score again? No, he will not. And that just sums up the episode. Unfortunately, this is it. I don't think the board will sack us, but I think the writing's already on the wall, boys. I think the writing is already on the wall. Mullen's offside. Flag is up. Good finish, but we know you're offside. I got to get to work. This is now taking too long. This is not what we wanted. Liverpool 4-0 up at least. Fulham have come back to get a point against Liverpool as well. Wow. 97-minute free kick. Last highlight of the episode of our 2 losses here to Leicester and Stoke. Mariba. Good save from Tramal. That's going to be the episode. Let's go and see where we're going to be finishing this episode, in what position. Thrash the arms. Tell them it should be a lot better. It shouldn't really. But yeah, as you can tell, that puts us in 16th. We're 2 points clear of Everton in the relegation zone. Forest have a chance to put us closer to relegation zone with a win. It looks like they're going to be playing one of Bournemouth, West Ham, or Arsenal, or Brighton. A negative 15 goal difference is nearly the worst in the league. And Fulham got a point out of nowhere against Liverpool. That's not good. So what that means for us, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is that we are going to be in a relegation fight. We're going to be struggling. We are making about 2 mil a game at the moment in the Prem, which is great for our finances, but I really think the finances are going to go by the wayside. I'm going to have to spend money, spend big, and try and build a team. We need to find a system. Is the 4-2-3 is the 4-1-2-1-2 the system? I don't think so from what I've seen. Is the 4-2-3-1 the system? Maybe, but I don't think it's aggressive enough and the board's not going to like the type of football we're going to play. I don't know what system it is. Maybe we just play the 4-2-3-1 exclusively until January for the next month. Try and get some points. I think I'm looking at this and I'm looking at, Spurs, Liverpool, Leeds, Newcastle. We need to beat Leeds. We also got Man City in the third round of the FA Cup, so we're going to be out there, which means that, we need to make sure we get a team that is good enough to play some sort of football. Until then, though, I'll catch you guys later. Have a great one. Thank you and goodbye.